In this session, we are going to start the new topic, that is DHCP Super Scope. Am I audible?
Yes,
Okay. So first of all, now you already aware what exactly the function of DHCP scope, right? Now,
yes,
what exactly the function of DHCP scope? Basically, DHCP scope is a range. Through this, it will through in this particular range, you are define the end and beginning and end of IP address list. As a result, that much number of computer can automatically get IP address, right?
correct.
So that is actually, we can consider this is a DHCP DHCP scope. Now in DHCP scope, DHCP reservation, DHCP exclusion. So what exactly the super scope? So let's say understand this scenario. You have DHCP servers which is already authenticated in AD, right? Now the clients are getting IP from this DHCP servers. Now machine 1, machine 2, machine 3, machine 4 and machine 5. Now whenever machine 5 get IP, there is a alert that scope is full. There is no further IP available for next laptop or desktop users or computers. In this case, what happened? If your organization users are dynamic, let's say 70-80 people can come at a time. Let's say they are a marketing guy or sales guy, they are moving around everywhere due to a sales call and all, and they are not on every time, at maximum time they are not available in the office, but due to some seminar and all those stuff says, they all come back to office. Now at a time 70 users are joining in your network. Definitely they need a IP, but existing users already allocated that much of IP. Now whenever the new users join, uh, it's already blocked. In that case, it will create a problem. So what exactly DHCP admin do? They create multiple scope. Scope 1, scope 2 and scope 3. So these three scope can accommodate large number of network. As a result, what happen? Whenever scope 1 full, it will jump to second scope. Whenever second scope is full, it is jump to third scope. Normally, this process won't work. Normally, this process won't work until and unless you are making them a super scope. Super scope basically nothing but a collection of scope which is redundant and make a failover if primary scope or scope 1 fail or scope 2 fail or scope 3 fail. Now if scope 1 fail, it will switch to scope 2. When scope 2 failed, it is switched to scope 3. Implementation is very easy. This is the concept behind the super scope. Any question?
No,
So the DHCP super scope is the combination of individual scope, and it can give you the failover in case of primary scope fail. It will jump secondary scope. Let's say your primary scope, it's 10 series, that is for 20, and this is for 30. So whenever primary 10 fail, user will get IP from 20, and if 20 is well, user will get IP from 30. Clear? Now they have a router will have the all route in the network, so easily 10 can ping 20, 20 can ping 30. That's I'm telling about. Okay, so in case primary 10 failed, all three subnet will have the same power, same access they can do. internet access or whatever it is, because inter-VLAN routing is already there. The purpose is to redundant the IP address if primary scope fail. Clear? Understood?
Hmm.
Every large network, this was segregated by the DHCP superscope. In order to implement that, we need one DC, we need a DHCP server, and we need total 3 client systems, Windows 7. Okay. Okay. Now what we can do now? DC01 has done, DHCP has done. Then create three of the Windows 7 machines.
Right.
Okay. Now what we can do now? We will make it two other clone from these systems. Okay.
Hmm.
Perfect. Now what I can do now, connect all the machines the same network. Including the DHCP. Now I will join the DHCP into the domain.
Hmm.
Perfect. Now the machine has joined to the domain. Now what I am do now, I will create the DHCP, I will install the DHCP role, then authorized into Active Directory, then I will create the multiple scope and then super scope. Is that clear?
Yes.
So let's go to add roles and features. Click on next, next, DHCP servers. Now what I can do, you can do complete DHCP configuration or you can directly authorize here. Go to here, dhcpmgmt.msc.
What is complete DHCP configuration?
Complete DHCP configuration means it will automatically authorized and it will give you the options to choose the service account for run the DHCP. Okay.
So initially, which we had to do is to authorize, so we can do it like this also, right? Like we
Yeah,
can
you
go
can
back.
use this as well, but I am telling you the techniques in case your DHCP already installed. Now
Hmm.
later on comes to the domain, then how will you authorize? That is the options.
Okay.
Just click on authorize, click on refresh. It is all are now green. Clear?
Hmm.
Now I'll create a three scope one by one. Here I will use the excessive amount of exclusion just to make sure that my IP get full and failover happen. That is the reason. Got my point? Let's I'm creating the scope 1. Each scope will have only one machines. My scope start from 10.10.10.14 to 10.10.10. Let's say 17. Only 3 machines. Now here I will block 10.10.10.14 to 10.10.10.16. Only my first machine will get 17. Now whenever the second machine will come, he will not get the IP, right?
Hmm. So you'll
Perfect.
get it from a different scope, no, from the other scope.
Exactly. So scope is very near to full. That's why you are getting this mark. Right click.
Hmm.
How will you do that? Right click, deactivate, and then again
Activate.
activate. This gone. Okay, this error gone. Next, go to scope 2. It's 10. Sorry, it will be 20. 20.20.20 dot 20 to 20.20.20 dot 20. Let's say 5. I will make exclusion 20 dot, sorry, 20.20.20 dot 20 to 20.20.20 dot 24. Perfect. So the first here exclusion, it is excluded. If I go to second machines, right click, deactivate, and then activate. Address pool, that is also excluded. Okay, perfect. Now I'm going to create the third scope. Okay, scope 3, 10 dot 10 dot sorry, it will be 30, 30 dot 30 dot 30 dot 30, 30 dot 30 dot 30 dot 35. Now here 30 dot 30 dot 30 dot 30, even you can not even take any scope, it doesn't matter because these are last systems. Got my point? Let's say I'm taking, 33. The last scope, it's not a big deal. Perfect. So all three scopes are created successfully. Now, I'm telling you, let's make the server one by one. First of all, I'll tell you without superscope what happened. So when the machine gets power on, it needs a DHCP. But definitely find out the DHCP in the same networks is running, and he will ask the IP through the DORA process. He will get the IP from DHCP. Now only one IP he successfully allocate to him. Problem started when the second machines come. He will not get the IP from DHCP because the scope is full, and DHCP sent him a NAC packet. NAC DHCP NAC message. Sorry, I can't give you IP. My scope is full. Let's make power on. Now see which IP is pulling. So if I go to CMD through DORA process, he will take the IP from DHCP. Last IP 10.10.10.17, right? Now let's make the second machine power out. He will not receive the IP in case my configuration is right. My voice is okay, right? You are not, you are happy to, I mean, is there any trouble for getting my voice slow or
No,
something? Okay.
no, no.
Yeah. Now see that. Does he get any IP? Let's see. Yes. He is taking mal IP address from my local system. So because
See,
of this scope is full. This IP actually it is not the our DHCP. If I go to ipconfig slash all, you can
so
see
this IP, the system is getting this IP because it's connected to your system. But
exactly.
in case there is no system connected,
then
it will
then
get the
then
APIPA.
apipa, exactly, then it will take a apipa.
Hmm.
Now here DHCP super scope play the role in order to IP flow redundancy. In that case what we can do now, just right click here. I am going to create the super scope. Right click here, new super scope. Let's say fault, make this name fault tolerance, okay, or FT. Let's say make it FT best. Click on next. See that automatically all scopes are coming under that. If you want to exclude, write everything, select everyone, make it next, finish. So one super scope contain all the individual 10, 20, and 30 series of IP address. Clear? Now see the magic. Once I reset, let's see which IP is getting.
And it's getting connected to.
Yeah, it will take a 20. It's everything is okay. Then it will get 20 series of IP.
So in case like this, just to be on the safer side.
Now see that IP is getting 20. Now the same like whenever the machine get 3, because as you know the 20 we are having the crunch as well, only one system can allocate because we have created the scope intentionally to show that practical. So same like when that machine will start, when DHCP will fail give the IP from primary scope, then he go to secondary scope, if not it is going to third scope. So any of the scope he will give the IP or manage the IP.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, tell me. Yeah, tell me.
What I'm trying to understand here, can you hear me now? Because I think
Yeah,
that there
yeah,
is a
yeah.
connection issue.
Yes, yes, yes.
So what I'm trying to understand, the DHCP or the super scope we define on every DHCP. I mean, for to be on safer side.
Exactly. DHC generally, if you have created your scope in large number, let's say 10.0.02 up to huge, then ठीक है, no problem. But problem is started if your scope is limited and there is a maximum number of users flow and you don't know when that users are coming. Normally,
That is why we include this. I mean, maybe the scopes all includes on the same DHCP as a super scope to so that
exactly,
they can get the IP
exactly,
address. And
exactly.
those 20, 10, 20, and 30, those are getting communicated with each other with a
Exactly.
router, right?
Exactly. So generally I'm telling you these kind of super scope mainly you can show in hotels. In large hotel like say the bigger hotel Taj Bengal, ITC, Hyatt, JP, what is that is huge hotels in industry in Kolkata. Okay, so these kind of hotels you don't know when the user will come, when the guest will come. If guest come, they need everything in the IP because your door will not open. He's not able to access his phone, not able to access these laptop. So bulk number, if let's say due to Christmas so many people are coming from foreign and they're getting on board in the hotels and they are getting a lot of IP address. In that case, if your IP address full, there is a problem. In max to max or hotel industries are using super scope. You got my point? You understood?
Yeah, but then in hotel industries, they do have this kind of different IPs like 10, 20, and 30 other
They
IP
have
addresses.
created, they created the scope from their end to in order to prevent this kind of problem, or else they cannot afford that much of huge number of IP address because it will be wasting. So in that case what they do, they have created this kind of VLANs, and through router inter VLAN router have created inter VLAN routing is created. So in case of primary
But then but they don't have a different, I mean, departments. A hotel should have, I mean, there are a lot of
yeah, no
employees
problem.
working there.
It's not a problem. The different see, they have created VLAN accordingly. Let's say 10 series IP for these, shave, 20 series IPs for the engineering, 30 series IPs for the customers support. What matter?
Mhm.
If you allocate any of the IP for your guest, does it matter? He just
No, it doesn't
access.
matter until I have created this super scope. So it doesn't
Yeah,
matter. I
the
mean, I
client
can
will.
create different IPs
Exactly. Client
personally.
will just access his internet. That is because he is not able to access any hotel portal and nothing like that, right? He just access internet, connected LAN. Free port, that's it. Clear?
Yeah, clear.
Now let's see, this machine should have the IP address 30. So this is how DHCP superscope work. Any question? Any question?
No question. So it's taking 30 right now. Okay.
Exactly, exactly.
Hmm. Got it. So this is how it works, Superscope.
Yeah.
They have multiple IPs also, like 10, 20, 30, 40, doesn't
Hmm.
matter. But they will have this Superscope on DHCP, so they can assign the IPs to a different
If any
system
scope
if actually
if there is any chances that primary scope failed, it will switch to
is
secondary
failed.
and secondary switch to third.
It will automatically switch. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, got it.
Now you can create a router and you make them all in the same network. So all 10 can ping 20, 20 can ping 30. That's it.
Yeah, it will create so managed router, right? It will
Yeah.
create all the VLANs and then
Yes,
it
yes.
will you will be able to go ahead and connect with each other.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Perfect. So let me save the files.